what do candles and bank accounts have to do with Taoist Tonic Herbalism? The Taoists had this beautiful philosophy of health called the three treasure system. And once you understand how this works, it gives you a better way of understanding where you're at with your own health and understanding the steps and herbs and supplements and lifestyle approaches that are going to be most helpful to get you to where you want to be in terms of your own health. These three treasures are called Jing, Qi, and Shen, and they go in that specific order. So the first one is Jing. Jing is your core kidney adrenal essence. Your Jing is your reserve life force energy. It's like your savings account, or in the metaphor of the candle, it is the wax in the wick of the candle. You inherit a certain amount of this from your parents, so it starts out like a trust fund. Some people start out life with a big trust fund, and some people not so much. We all know people who can live a wild, crazy life with all kinds of drugs and alcohol, yet they seem to do just fine in terms of health. And they make fun of the people who have to be really on top of their health because maybe those people didn't start out with as much Jing, so they can't live quite as wild of a life and get away with so much because they don't have that Jing padding to protect them. Now, Jing, when you are really stressed all the time, when you're not sleeping enough, when you aren't eating well, when you're using a lot of caffeine to get by, when you are just living unsustainably in one form or another, this is a Jing leak is what it's called. You are using up your reserve life force at an accelerated rate to the point where you are effectively shortening your life. So the first part is to learn and watch your life carefully and figure out how to not leak Jing. And then you can start rebuilding your Jing. And this happens through the use of certain herbs, for example, things like we have in our recharge chocolate. So here we have Hoshu, cordyceps, eucommia, cistanche, morinda, and rhamania. There's others, but those are 6 of the absolute greatest. And then we have Qi. This is the second treasure. Hey guys, how you doing?
Great, how you doing?
Awesome, thank you. Enjoying the beautiful evening.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. This is the active part of the candle. This is the flame. Or if we're going to use the financial metaphor, this is your checking account. This is the active component. This is your moment-to-moment energy, vitality, cognitive function, immune system function. And this is, in another way of looking at it, your ability to extract energy from the air you breathe and the food you eat. And your Qi, when you have enough active Qi going on, when you've slept well, when you're eating right, when you've cultivated your Qi and supported it with certain herbs like astragalus and cordyceps being 2 great Qi tonics, when you have enough Qi, you don't have to dip into your Jing and you don't have to tap into those reserves. This, when you are running on great Qi, this is sustainable life. But Qi is not the ultimate purpose. The ultimate purpose of a candle is not just to have a big flame, it's to give off a great light. And that is the third treasure. The third treasure is called Shen. This is the light in your eyes, your higher self, your spirit. This is your ability to have a benevolent and beneficial effect on the world around you. So when we talk about Qi, that is great, but then you really want to have Shen. And if we're going to the financial metaphor, what do? Once you've had a great savings account and that's doing really well, and then you have a great checking account that's doing really well, what comes next? You start a charity. This is your charity. This is your nonprofit. This is you wanting to leave the world in a better way than you found it. Now, you're not going to give off a great light as a candle, or if you are just a little birthday candle, and you are not going to have a really great successful charity if you don't even have the financial responsibility to have your savings and checking accounts in order. So you want to build the Jing and the Qi first, and then you can come to Shen. So there's herbs that you can use to help cultivate your Shen. There's Reishi Mushroom, one of my absolute favorite herbs in the world, maybe my number 1. Now, Reishi is actually a 3 treasure herb. Reishi is going to build Jing, Qi, and Shen, but it's especially well known as a Shen herb for cultivating that spiritual energy. There's others, of course. You have pearl powder, you have albizia flower, you have, for example, wild spirit poria, which is another kind of a mushroom. But Reishi is just on an absolutely different level. Now, there's a couple of Ayurvedic herbs that tap into the 3 treasures as well. For example, you have Shilajit, which is in the Ayurvedic system considered an Ojas tonic. You go over into the world of Taoism, Ojas basically is the equivalent of Jing. So Shilajit is a great Jing tonic. Then you look at something like ashwagandha, considered a prana tonic in the Ayurvedic system. Take prana over and translate it into the Taoist system. This is a chi tonic. So ashwagandha, great chi tonic. So this is something that goes beyond just the world of that part of Asia where Taoism was originally cultivating the system. But these herbs can help you to build these three treasures in a way that can so powerfully transform your health. And you can also look, as I said, at other areas of your life and how those might be affecting your Jing, Qi, and Shen. So this is the three treasure system of Taoist Tonic Herbalism. As you can tell, it's so powerful and so much helps you to understand health and the structure of your life and give you a foundation of understanding the way your biology works. And this has been a system that's been in place for thousands of years and has helped, I can only imagine, millions and millions, if not billions of people over time. And you could be the next one, potentially, that it's gonna be helpful for. If you guys are interested in this and would love to learn more about this perspective on things and the herbs and lifestyle practices that can help you to build the three treasures, let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear your feedback. And while you're down there, be sure to click that like button and hit subscribe and ring the notification bell. As you can tell, I'm just a little bit passionate about sharing this kind of health information and would love to have you along on this journey with me. Have an amazing day and look forward to seeing you all again next time.